Okay, guys, so we are back. It's only been a couple minutes, but it's been like 3 days for you. Well, not really. It's been two, right? But either way, we are back. I doubt we're gonna finish it, so I might, I'm make another video after this and do it on Saturday. It's just gonna make it like I'm gonna finish the game today. That's my only goal, okay? Even though it's not gonna be finished this video, I wanted to finish it today, so I might make like 50 videos today. I don't know. Either way, only to end up to face with Hanako. Yeah. Whoa. Hey, Hanako. Good afternoon, Hisao. Silence falls between us as busily chatting students pass us by. Um, she's fidgeting constantly, her eyes drawn to her rather unremarkable footwear. I take the bridge to my nose. I take the bridge to my nose in my fingers, while I blink my eyes heavily at the attempt to make things seem clearer. I'm barely staying awake as it is. Hanako, you want to say something? What is it? I wanted to give you this. She holds out a small rectangular piece of paper. I blink again to make out the text, though barely open eyes, slowly staring to make out what's written. Eggs, bread, whole grain cereal, dime. What? A shopping list? I look upward, raising an eyebrow. I usually go shopping with Lily, but I can't. But I can't come. So, you want me to run errands for you? It's okay if you don't want to. I just thought maybe, she's panicking. I sigh, yet another battle lost. Though this time by a weakly fought surrender. I smile tiredly and rest a hand on her head to calm her down. It's fine, I was going to go anyway. Just the stuff on this list. She nods and bows deeply. Twice, as if to make her gratitude perfectly clear. Bro, this game needs an anime adaptation, bro. We were going to meet outside the school gates at 6. Thank you. I was going to get it, but I need to study for the test tomorrow. Test? Ah, that's right. Science. How are you doing with that? With it? She brightens ever so slightly. I've been spending more time on it than before. I think I can do okay. Good work, then. She, too, starts smiling. Much more earnestly. Then I at that. I have full confidence that I can do fine in it without any extra studying. But the fact that she's putting in the effort instead of reading in the library is hardening. I'll grab your stuff and take it to your dorm in the evening. See ya. With the small wave, we part ways. I'll go do my homework before meeting Lily. I should be able to take care of it in time. Okay. Wrangling with a particular complicated math problem has caused me to be a little bit late for my meeting with Lily. Only a couple of minutes, but enough to make me step smartly out into the courtyard and to the school gate. I make a right turn and start my way towards the small town below, leaving a few students turning the other way to the bus station. I slip my right hand into my pocket as I walk in the orange sunlight of dusk. Thankfully, the sweltering summer heat's starting to die down, making way for a pleasant cool breeze. When I stretch my hand high above my head, a familiar figure takes form, cane in her right hand. Ah, Lily. She stops and turns around, swiveling her head slightly to try and work out exactly where the voice came from. Hey, it's me. I quickly catch up to her, coming in beside her and matching her slow pace as we resume walking. Good afternoon, Hisao. Hi there. I glance up at the sky. A distinct tinge of orange discolors the clouds, washing the footpath in its light. Long shadows from the trees fall across the wide road down the hill. So, Hisao, what brings you here? Just going to town to grab some groceries. Hanako sent me. Hanako sent you? Yeah. Said she needed to study for a test tomorrow. I was going to come down anyway, so I'll just buy her stuff as well. Unspoken is that Lily really could use some help to get food, but it's an obvious fact that neither of us needs to state. It's good to hear she's studying for it. I thought the same thing when she asked me to come with you. We continue walking down the street, the familiar sound of her cane echoing through the air as we go, except for the occasional passing car and the leaves whispering in the branches. There's a blissful silence. Thank God I can finally relax for the first time today. I glance over at Lily. The porcelain face of hers never seems to lack that air is relaxed confidence. Never seems to lack that air of relaxed confidence. I guess the same could be said of her personality too. As she silently walks, her face remaining pointed to the street ahead of her. I look ahead and savor the cool air blowing over my face. This is probably the calmest moment I've had since the about face. What? I've had since the about face my life took. Oh shit. A face my life took so recently. To have one walking to get some groceries, what a weird life. I feel the crumpled up note rubbing against my hand in my pocket and pull it out to check its contents. Let's see here. Eggs, bread, cereal, thyme, lettuce, shaved ham. That sounds like quite a bit to carry back along with your own. Yeah, just how much does this girl eat anyway? My mind suddenly clicks that yes, there actually is a person beside me. Wait, I mean, she laughs wholeheartedly. My, Hisao. Her giggle punctuates her words, although she's making little effort to suppress them. Quite direct today, aren't we? Yeah, you got me there. Still, it is quite a bit. Usually I go shopping with Hanako, so I know what she buys. It's the same thing every week. Huh? She's a good cook? She gives a nervous giggle. It's usually me who ends up cooking. I used to do so for Akari, so it's no problem doing it for Hanako as well. You can cook, but a short hum with an amused lilt emanates from beside me. I wonder if the fact that she seems amused by my comment so often is actually genuine. Or rather just from to want to make me more comfortable in addressing her blindness. And there are ways around it. Some meals are more difficult to cook than others because of being able to see what I'm doing, but it usually only takes a little more time. Fingers can double as very useful measurement tools, for example. It makes sense, but she'd have to be pretty careful not to hurt herself. I wonder how many times that's happened, given that it sounds like she's cooked alone for possibly years while Akari worked and her parents were gone. With that, the conversation trails off. Compared to the awkward silence of Hanako, Lily seems genuinely content to say what she thinks and stay quiet when there's nothing to say. The slick road under my feet is bathed in an orange glow, the occasional fallen leaf crunching underfoot as we walk. I let a deep yawn, my lack of sleep coming back to haunt me. Did you not get much sleep last night? I couldn't sleep at all for the last 2 nights, probably insomnia. Lily's face suddenly becomes worried. It feels like a personal failure every time she gets worried about my well-being. Even if it's genuinely nice, I know someone cares. You have insomnia? Aren't you going to see the nurse about it? And no real need. It's happened before a few times. My meds screw up my sleeping occasionally. I'm sorry. Come on, it's not your fault. At least I shouldn't have any trouble getting to sleep tonight. You do worry me sometimes. I worry you? I reach around and scratch the back of my neck. I kind of want to address this. Hey, Lily. I don't mean to sound weird, but please try to forget about my heart condition. She looks kind of lost. I hardly blame her. I guess what I'm trying to get at is just don't treat me differently because of it. She bows her head slightly, her white cheeks reddening, almost precipitous. It's only natural to worry about those around you. Well, it's still nice to know there's someone like that out there. It may be somewhat embarrassing to say, but it's the truth. Lily takes a deep breath to regain her composure and manages a gentle smile, though her cheeks remain flushed. The final downhill walk to the store passes in silence. Okay, hello. Welcome! Okay. I suppose I'll get my stuff first and Hanako on the second round. I grab two well-worn red baskets from the stack beside the entrance and pass one to Lily. Just as she did before, she lays it on the ground and slides her retracted cane between the basket handles before picking it back up with her right hand. When she takes hold of my arm in her own, I'm surprised at just how fast this kind of casual contact becomes so natural, mostly due to necessities, no doubt. Shall we? Sure. While we navigate around the store, the odd person occasionally passing us pays us no heed at all. It's nice, compared to the stares and whispers around the city. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lily what she needs and grab it along with what I want, putting our items into their respective baskets. It's an odd feeling to be depended on so much for something so basic as shopping. Hanako would be practically as a necessity for her to pick out what she wants after all. Right, I'm pretty much done with both my stuff and Hanako's. You need anything else, Lily? No, this should be everything. Off we go then. Oddly, there's a queue a mile ago. What? Considering the store is only large enough to warrant one counter, seems like it's damn. Lily gives an inquisitive look. I'm unable to see the reason for my complaint. The queue's really long. Looks like we'll have to wait. How strange. Sharing the same mood of resignation, we reluctantly take our place at the end of the line. One person finishes the line moves up. Another person finishes the line moves up. By the time we finally reach the head of the line, I'm so close to dozing off that Lily has to gently pat me on the back for me to move up. Hisao. Sorry. Damn, bro, why is the line so long? It's like nighttime right now. It's practically nighttime. And we're in a convenience store, so why is the line so long? She gives a short sigh of consternation as I move up, getting the groceries for Hanako and me put into separate bags. Thank you, please come again. By the time we emerge from the store, Lily's holding a single bag, while I struggle to carry four. Both hands, well and truly full. It's a lot of work, but thankfully, the items in them are light. Even without looking skyward, it's obvious that that a surprising amount of time has passed. The road outside being dark and lit by street lamps. Once Lily retrieves her cane, we set out back to the dormitories, the way we came, leaving the welcoming, warm glow of the store. Okay. Despite the road being empty of cars, the full bags abundantly make up for the lack of noise, constantly clucking and squeaking together. My, Hisao. It's good to find that you're eating well. I'm a growing guy after all. I need to eat all I can. It must be nice being a man. I don't know. What? Seemingly not noticing or ignoring my surprise at that, a completely out of left field comment, she continues on without missing a beat. Weighing doesn't really bother you when eating, most of the time. I get what you mean. Women tend to worry about stuff like that more than we do, I guess. Exactly, it makes me somewhat envious, to be honest. Well, it's not like we can outright ignore it. With an affirmative nod, we continue on our walk. I don't weigh much. I weigh like 114. It's not much. Really light. And I eat a lot. That's right. What is it? Hanako mentioned your birthday was earlier this year. Do anything special for it? She gives a long pause, lost in thought for a few seconds as she recalls the event. Not really, it was just Hanako and me having a little party during the night after school. Your birthday's supposed to be a big event, you know. Sounds like a pretty lonely way to spend a birthday. Just her and Hanako staying overnight. Birthdays always felt like a family occasion for me. They were a time when, in spite of their full-time jobs, both my parents would make an effort to be there for the day, or at least for a party beforehand. It reminds me of how Lily mentioned she hadn't seen her family in such a long time, and even ended up moving away from Akari's house afterwards. But I guess it's the same in situations as mundane as these, considering her inability to read the packaging. Just getting groceries would be a pain without somebody else around. In the end, she just has Hanako and me, and Akari when she's off from work. Be that as it may, she still seems to have many more distant friends among the students, not to mention people like Yuko. It seems to be her own choice that there's such a separation between those who are close to her and those who she only socializes with. It humbles me a little to see how much Lily seems to have her life set up and going just as she wants. Yet, Hanako is there for her to celebrate her birthday, and I'm here helping her with shopping. It's a weird kind of symbiosis, I suppose. Are you alright, Isao? Sorry. You just seem to go very quiet, that's all. Sorry. I was just thinking. Oh. Now I've piqued your curiosity. It feels kind of overly personal to talk about, though. Okay. The choice. We've reached the choice. Finally. This one was tell the truth. Because that's what I have to do. So maybe my theory might be wrong about the choices, all the choices being the exact same for everything. Because we're hanging out with Lily right now, and I don't think we would be hanging out with Lily if we were going for someone else. So yeah, that's a choice. 5 more to go. I hope I can get them in this video, but I highly doubt it because of how long it took me just to get one. It was just kind of... I was thinking about how you seem to have everything so sorted out. Even when even with Hanako relying on you, I can admit that even I kind of relied on you when I first transferred in. I think it's a good quality to have. I turned to Lily, surveying her reaction. She's forcing herself to look forward and furrowing her brow quite a bit. Her face looks a bit awkward, as if she was trying to find just the right words. Lily? I would thank you, but assuming that I don't rely on the presence of others is too much. You'd be wrong to think that Hanako simply depends on me with nothing in return. She seems to have a bit of trouble saying it, even though it's largely what I'd thought already. If she's tried so hard to maintain her independence as anyone would have had to in her position, slightly or not, maybe she finds it hard to talk about her own needs. It's only now that I realize that Ame-san in what she says. Though I decide to follow it up largely in jest to avoid things getting too personal. Oh, and what about me? She suddenly runs ahead of me and turns, blocking me off. With a smile, she holds her hands behind her as she leans forward. Oh, no, Monica. You're different. And with that, she turns back and continues to walk ahead of me, a newfound spring in her step. All I can do is raise an eyebrow and give a dazed grin. I don't think I've ever seen this playful and teasing side of her before. So, different. It's hard to work out the exact context, but knowing her this ambiguously was intended. Our relationship was being changed, at the very least, simply because I've begun to stand on my own feet more and started getting more curious about the situation of those around me. As to why, probably a mix of personal curiosity and a want to try and work out how to deal with my situation. I'm less sure of Lily, though. That's why her own statement, so similar to my own feelings towards her, throws me off so much. Watching her make her way up the street, cane tapping from left to right, I decide to settle the matter later and just smile. This is a nice side to her, and I don't want to forget it. Damn, bro. Eventually, we get to the girls' dormitory, both my arms aching from the weight of 2 sets of groceries. We're finally here. Phew. I bend down to wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. Lily stops in front of her door and sets down her bag, fishing around in her pocket for the key. Thank you, Sal. I really appreciate it. Your help. This is nothing. It might be nothing to you, but it's definitely something for me. And with that, she steps through her door, closing behind her. I blink. Those were nothing but honest thanks, but I can't help feeling something different about them. Anyway, I have something else to do before I can mull on that at my leisure. I turn back to the door to Hanako's room and proceed to knock twice. In a quick succession, the bags still in my hand, rustling together. After a couple of seconds, the door slowly opens. If one weren't looking closely, they could be forgiven for thinking it hadn't moved at all. I twist my head to the side to try and peer through the tiny sliver of a gap between the door and the doorframe. Hey, Hanako, I've got your stuff. With that, she opens the door completely, making her plain room visible over her shoulders. Sparsely decorated, it's probably even more unremarkable than my room. I hold out my right arm, both bags almost pulling it straight back down with their weight. Thank you, Hisao. I'm sorry to make you carry them all this way. It's fine, don't worry. Just don't make me do it every day, okay? I pass the bags to her as I give a lighthearted chuckle. After the initial transfer of weight, she manages to take them easily. I'll be off then. Night, Hanako. Good night. See you in class tomorrow. Yeah. With a deep bow, her groceries still in hand, she steps back and shuts the door. Making my way back to my own dorm, I put one bag into my other hand and balance them out. Even as I do so, I can't get Lily's lighthearted smile out of my mind. When I first met her, it would have been nearly impossible to imagine it like that. Indeed, it feels like we've become closer in the past few weeks, since I got to know both her and Hanako. The time that I spent with her each day, the small exchanges of happiness we share, those small moments of joy as I get closer to her. I'm far from certain, but I don't think these are just the normal feelings of a friendship. Once I return to my room, I store away my groceries and begin getting ready for the night. Yeah, Lily's room is definitely nicer than mine, bro. My walls are this ugly yellow. I have this weird looking bed. Oh yeah, this. I swapped my school books in my bag for those I'll need tomorrow, pulling out the yellow envelope Misha gave me earlier in the process. I got so sidetracked by one thing after another that I couldn't deal with it earlier. Who could have written me, I wonder? The name neatly adorned the back of the envelope freezes me in my tracks. It's been so long since I've seen her writing. There's little chance I could have identified it as her otherwise. Iwanako. Why should she have written me? I can't think of any good reason for her to do this. I almost don't open the letter, but there'd be little point to that. If I just left it alone, its mere existence would gnaw at me until I did something about it. It's the girl from the beginning, you know? The beginning of the game. I look down at the piece of paper on my desk. It's bright and summery. Decoration beams happily at me. Yeah, it's a letter. I don't know Japanese, so I don't know what it says. The lettering is in pink, jarring badly with the yellow sunflower border on the card. The handwriting is neat. The characters have been written thoughtfully and with an unusual amount of care. I barely given the letter a second thought when it was given to me, but now I can't get its contents out of my mind. Well, okay, time to read this, okay? Oh, I'd like to say that I don't know... I'd like to say that I don't know why she used such an old-fashioned method of communication, considering a phone call or an email would be both much faster and easier. The answer feels obvious enough, given the contents. A letter leaves a comfortable distance between the sender and the recipient. Unlike a phone, it isn't required that you engage in conversation. And unlike email, there is less expectation of an immediate reply. Statements such as the third years seem to be very anxious about the final exams. And it's so weird to think we are already seniors, isn't it? Are just small talk. That could have been achieved by simply replying to any of the messages I'd sent her while in the hospital. The ending, though, is the true reason she sent this. The last couple of lines added almost as an afterthought. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best we don't. It's a statement that should hurt. I've always heard breakups are nasty stuff, but it feels like this is simply a reaffirmation of what we both already knew instead. It's the preceding text, no more than small talk, that makes me feel most uneasy. I can't figure out why, no matter how long I sit here and look down at the bright and summery piece of paper. If you would like to correspond with me, by all means, write me back. it's plainly obvious that this is not the type of letter to be replied to. In the end, this letter is no more than a simple addition of responsibility. Final statement to reassure herself that our relationship is over. Okay. As such, I find I have a little problem in scrunching the letter and envelope into ball and tossing it into the waste bin, ridding myself of its existence. I go to bed with mixed feelings, cheating out of a pleasant evening by the intruder from the past. Ironically, it takes a while before I can manage to sleep. Oh, we got a message from Iwanako, that woman from the beginning. Yeah. I sweat profusely, awaiting the dreaded moment. Each tick of the clock tenses my muscles that much more. Every minute making more hair stand on end. It's coming for me, I can feel it. Death. Death, in the form of a single sheet of paper. I take the small pile of papers from the students in front of me and pass backwards. After plucking off the top piece, looking to the top right of the page, I find my fears realized with that small red circle. 43. I shake my head and sigh in resignation, cursing under my breath. I can feel the aura of a similar sentiment rising from the entire class. It's strange, but that fact lifts my mood by a minuscule amount. Misery loves company, I suppose. As the teacher opens her mouth, the room braces for the inevitable onslaught. Only to be saved by the last minute! We quickly move to collect our bags and leave for lunch post-haste. The teacher delivers a parting broadside. We'll be discussing the test scores next lesson. Needless to say, there will be quite some discussion to be had. A collective groan resounds from the class, now reduced to shuffling out dejectedly. I push the sheet into my bag as I walk along the hallway, crumpling it in the process. It's enough that such a troublesome letter ended up on my desk yesterday, and now this. I hate English. A stern female voice gruffly calls out from behind me. I freeze on the spot, my face becoming like stone. It's as if I can feel my brain disconnecting from my body. My eyes slowly shift right, try to catch a glimpse of the disembodied voice. Nothing. My face begins to slip as time passes, and I decide to risk turning my head ever so slowly. I twist it I jump into the air and drop my bag, yelling out in surprise. As I recover and regain my composure, I turn to see I should have known. Emmy. It's Emmy. Gotcha, Hisao! She stands there with a mischievous grin on her face, hands forward and fingers pointed inwards. She was the one who jabbed my ribs with her fingers. I looked down at her with a grimace, rubbing my hair in frustration. That's no way to greet someone, you know. You have no sense of humor. I left my sense of humor in my English class. Complain to the teacher if you want it. If you want it given back to me. She pulls her puppy dog eyes on me as she pouts. Lily's managed to build up my resistance to the tactic, but Emmy's short stature adds enough to the effect to make me relent. So, how are things? I haven't seen you around for a while. The next thing has to do with frickin' what's his face, you know? Kenji, right? Is that his name? I don't remember his name. I think it was Kenji. Either way, that's what the next choice has to do about. Okay. Let's see. Same old, same old. I run so fast, nobody wants to join me on my morning runs. It's a real pain. Her modesty never fails to amuse me. Although, you know what I'm thinking, don't you, Hisao? Wearing my emotions on my sleeve is one of my worst habits. She's seen right through me. Fortunately, I see somebody else approaching us that will give me an out. Oh, hi, Hanako. I give a welcoming wave and try my best at looking like I haven't noticed Emmy's pouting face. She gives a small wave back. Hello, Hisao. Emmy. Hey, Hanako. I'll join you and Lily in a sec. Actually, speaking of lunchtime company, it's odd to see you without Rin, Emmy. Ah, Rin! Without a second word, she forgot all about us and bolted off up the hallway. She must have forgotten she was waiting for her. Hanako and I stand speechless, only able to helplessly stand and watch this ball of seemingly boundless energy dash off. Oh yeah, Hisao! She suddenly stops herself just before vanishing around the corner to the rooftop staircase, spinning around to meet our bemused faces. I hate English too! And with that, she disappears. All I can do is hang my head and give a long sigh, thoroughly left in the dust. As I hear a short giggle coming from behind me, I turn to see Hanako smiling at the corner of my attacker round it. Okay, whatever. I pick up my dropped bag from the floor and quickly dust it off. Afternoon, bed busy. You don't like English? Nah, I had a test on it a while back, and Emmy caught me brooding about the results. Sorry. She averts her gaze, guilt written onto her face. A casual observer would think she just accidentally reminded me of a dead relative. Come on, it's not your fault. How are you doing it? In it. She looks up. Are those two avoiding meeting my eyes? Right, I suppose. An awkward silence passed. They seem all too common around Hanako. Oh, Lily asked if you'd like to join us for lunch on the roof. I guess I don't exactly have any pressing engagements to attend to. Sure, I'll be right up. I'll go get my lunch from the cafeteria now then. Go on. You don't need my approval to leave, you know. Okay, I'll be going then. She gives a skittish reply, a small nod, and quickly makes off towards the cafeteria. I guess she must have forgotten to bring a lunch day. As I walk through the hallways, more and more students start to come out of classrooms and pass me, going in the same direction as Hanako went. By the time I manage to make it to the stairs, I'm having to push my way past a busily chatting throng of students. I finally managed to get past the last of the crowd and around the staircase, slumping slightly in relief and slowing my pace before I open the door to the roof. Damn! I momentarily avert my eyes, all but blinded by the harsh summer sun. As I slowly regain my vision, the surrounding finally takes form. Lily, Emmy, and Rin sit together on the rooftop, the top of the hilltop forest around Yamaku visible past the fence around them, as if to frame the view. Hisao! Lily and Rin give a quick nod of acknowledgement and a deep nod of greeting, respectively. I start walking towards the rather mismatched trio and can't help marvel at the speed with which Emmy devours the rest of her half-eaten banana. Hey, strange to see you three together like this. It seems to have been quite the day of coincidences And me and Rin decided to eat on the roof, just as Hanako and I decided to. Well, they always eat on the roof, don't they? You stole it. This spot was ours. Simmer down. You can't steal a place in the school. I plunked myself down beside Lily, the four of us creating a semicircle. I think she's right. You two, the butterfly is her accomplice. As I glance around, sure enough, a small yellow butterfly floats across my field of vision. So tell me, how did this butterfly help Lily steal the spot? It scouted out our conversation and told her. I should have known better than to expect some reasoning from Rin. Regardless, I guess it wouldn't hurt to play along. You're telling me she can talk to butterflies? There are people who can talk to horses, called horse whisperers. Lily must be a butterfly whisperer. I burn my head in my hands as Lily rounds on her strange companion. She doesn't seem to share Rin's sense of humor. Whispers don't work like that. Emmy and Rin continue their banter as I turn to Lily, who's busily finishing off her small box of curry rice. So what brought you up here, anyway? A little fresh air every now and again doesn't hurt. Emmy breaks off from her vain attempts to introduce the concept of logic to Rin. That was why we came up here too. Something tells me it was her idea alone, and that Rin only got dragged up here on Emmy's whim. Then again, the same could probably be said of Lily and Hanako. Now, we can share. The creaking of door to the roof can be heard as soon as she says the words. A moment of silence falls over us as everyone's attention focused on the figure appearing from it. Okay, Hanako slowly walks over to us. Her eyes pinned on the ground, silently ruining the attention she's attracting. Ruining, right? The attention she's attracting. She tenses just barely when her eyes meet Rin's. I can't help raise an eyebrow as she walks over to us and sits next to me, doing her utmost to avoid looking up, even as she brings her cafeteria bread to her mouth. So how do you and Emmy know each other anyways? Emmy's somewhat well known around the school for her athletic ability. She's the fastest member of the track and field club by some margin, even beating Miki Miura at the track meet last week. Miura. The tanned girl from the front of my class. Considering her height and toned body, being able to beat her is quite an accomplishment. Let me think. I cannot remember. I have to go back to the first episode to remember that. I feel like I remember seeing a tan girl. Looking over to Emmy, it's very clear she's well aware of the fact as she beams proudly. So Hisao, what's your score in English? Ouch. No comment. Boo. She puffs her cheeks and pouts, but it doesn't take long for her to bounce back. Alright, if I tell you mine, you have to tell me yours, deal? Fine. Okay, on the count of 3, both say our results. 1, 2, 3. 32. A beam of mischievous grin. Evil. You said it, not me. Still, the fact that you managed an even lower score than me is kind of amazing. Grr. She looks and sounds like a small terrier growling at an intruder. I can't say it's the most threatening sight I ever seen. Either way, scoring higher than 32 isn't something to boast about, much less scoring below for any subject. Yes, Lily. Sorry, Lily. I could help you with your English if you'd like. It would be my pleasure to. No, that's fine, but I appreciate the thought, really. Lily looked slightly deflated. Her hopes of imparting her knowledge dashed. Judging from the badly hidden laughter of the rest of us, neither she nor Emmy seems to have garnered too much pity. Oh no. Oh no. As I sit happily laughing, though, I feel my voice suddenly cut off as my chest clenches. Oh no. I sit in silence for a few seconds, all my concentration forced on my heartbeat. It's only a small pain, but the ache feels like it's growing. Oh no. Breathing deeply. Oh no. I glance upward to try and keep at least some of my attention on my surroundings. I see Emmy suddenly freezing when she noticed the expression of pain on my face out of the corner of her eye. Hey Sal, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I look back down and redouble my efforts to try and stay calm, clenching my fist to try and dull the pain. It takes a short time, but the pain thankfully begins to fade. When I look back up, there's only silence and a pensive face to be seen. I guess I'd better explain myself. Arrhythmia, I'm fine. It's just a heart flutter. Are you sure? We should get the nurse. Taking her cue, Hanako quickly picks herself up and begins to dash to the door. Hanako, stop, Lily, I'm fine. You look like a wet, wrinkled tomato. Okay. Huh? As I bring my hand to my forehead, I can feel the beads of sweat gathering on it and dab them off with my cuff. Thanks. I told you I'm fine. I'm just kind of fragile, I think. The entire atmosphere has changed from one of the gately to downcast faces, the situation being too awkward for anyone to know exactly how to react. And of course, the whole thing is thanks to me. It just had to happen now, around others. Oh, Emmy. She looks up, a box of juice halfway in her mouth. I haven't told you my score yet, have I? Yeah, well, you're half foreign, so your score doesn't count anyway. Lifting an eyebrow, I inquisitively turned to Lily. What was your test result anyway? She gives a cheeky grin. 100% perfect score. No way. All I can do is hang my mouth open in wonder. Considering those tests are insane, even for some native speakers, I can only imagine she's gone and done something like committing to mine part of the dictionary, a gift for rote memorization maybe. That's... See, only someone part foreign could get a score that good. See? Lily and I grin at Emmy, at Emmy's expense. Her reaction identical to mine when I'd first tripped on the little landmine. Lily's foreign ancestry does raise a point, though. That's right. You leave tomorrow for Scotland, don't you? That's correct. Emmy heard some rumors about it. It seems words spreading quickly, considering I only told a friend in my class a couple of days ago. It must be so nice to go halfway around the world on a holiday. Hey, could you buy me something while you're there? Don't be too shy now. Lily gives a light-hearted giggle, evidently Evidently fully expecting Emmy's bluntness. The rest of the lunch continues much the same as before. The jauntiness from before, my heart flutter. Jauntiness from before, my heart flutter, thankfully returns in full. Emmy's so short you can't even see her skirt. As everyone flies off with the appropriate farewells, only Lily and I are left. Hey, Lily. She packs the last of her things into her bag and clips it shut before perking her head up slightly. Thanks for breaking the silence back there. I kind of wanted to stop it, but didn't really know how to. As much as I'd like to sound less morose about it, the letter from yesterday screwing up a test so badly. The letter from yesterday screwing up a test so badly in class, and now my heart make things very hard indeed. She gives an indulgent smile and nods. I hope she hasn't picked up on it, but knowing her, it's unlikely that she hasn't. Emmy's strong, but only human. We do worry about you, Hisao. Hold on, why would you worry? Why would I worry you? Her smiling face collapses, becoming uncomfortably serious. Hisao, we are not ignorant of your situation. She suddenly cuts herself short. Unsure of whether she should say what she intends to, I give a weak smile and rest my hand on her shoulder. Don't. It's enough. It's enough that I worry about you. It's enough that I worry about it. I don't want you all to shoulder my burden. But if you are all worried about it, I have to worry about you worrying. If that makes sense. I'm fine, okay? For a moment, she looks to be lost in thought, carefully pondering how to react. Hisao, do you have any paper left from your food's packaging? I think so. I'll just check. I rummage around my bag for the leftovers from lunch, eventually finding a paper square from my sandwich package. My eyebrow raised and my expression rather quizzical. I gently place the square into Lily's hands without another word. She brings her fingers around it to feel out its edges. This should be large enough. With both of us seated on the floor, the minutes to the lesson ticking away. She proceeds to lay the item on the ground and begins her work in earnest. Wrapping in silence, I watch her fingers move about on the small square with amazing dexterity. A small fold here, a larger fold there. Her fingertips keep a slow but a sure pace. Looking up, her expression is calm and placid. The fact her face is pointed well above the sheet in front of her makes the sight of her work all the more curious. Her shoulders slump a bit after finishing one final fold. Her work apparently done. It's only when she holds the item up in her hands that I realize what it is. Yeah, it's a paper crane. It's a paper crane. Yes, it's a paper crane. Oh, I'm getting tired. A small origami crane. Light brown, thanks to the packaging used. The result looks quite delicate and precise. You can do origami? I taught myself how to do it when I was younger, and improved my dexterity a bit. Huh? A little baffled, I carefully take the small bird from her pale, cupped hands as if it would break from the slightest breath. It seems to be folded quite well and holds its shape easily. We both grab our bags and head out the door, Lily extending her cane as she does so. I hold Lily's handiwork up to my face for further inspection while I walk down the hallway, her hand running along the silver handrails for orientation. And she taught herself origami to improve her dexterity with the use of her hands, meaning so much to her given her condition. So that's it. I smile as I realize the bird's meaning. Everyone here has had to find their own way of dealing with their conditions. You aren't alone here when you have problems. Thanks, Lily, I appreciate this. She gives a sweet smile and nod. Not using words where none need to be used in her typical manner. All I ask is that you take care of yourself, Hisao. Don't worry, I will. Promise? Promise. And with that, we part ways. To be honest, I don't know what annoys me more: the fact that I could die at any moment, or the fact that everyone knows that. I guess I'll just take each day as it comes, as the unexpected present. As the unexpected present in my hand reminds me I'm not alone here. Even though I may be like this, I'm not alone. If anyone worries, I'll smile. I'll smile enough for all their worries to go away. Wow. Nice. The moment the bell rings out, a collective sigh of relief comes from everyone. Much of the morning's been taken up by a droning lecture of stoichiometry, a topic entirely unbefitting of the insufferable heat permeating the classroom. Knowing that attempting to teach anything more would be an exercise in futility, Mutao gives up and begins clearing the teaching material from his desk for the day. As meaningless banter starts filling the classroom, I notice Hanako getting up and coming to my desk. She's been a lot less withdrawn lately, something which gives me a small measure of satisfaction. Hello, Hisao. Hey, wanna go pick up Lily then? It's close to the time when she'd need to get going if she's going to make the flight. About that, she said she might be held up a bit by her classmates. I suppose that makes sense. Her class usually gets off a little earlier than ours, so Lily would normally have just come to our classroom. Her class must be sending her off. Well, never mind. We can wait outside our classroom for once, right? She gives a small giggle before nodding. The two of us taking our things and leaving for 3-2's classroom. When we reach our destination, I stop in idle amusement at the scene inside. One of the shorter girls from the class has Lily wrapped in an enthusiastic hug, her head no higher than Lily's chin. Her other friends, of which there are several, are gathered around her as well. Lily simply smiles kindly and hugs her back. I guess Lily must be pretty popular compared to Shizune's harsh but fair dictatorship in 3-3. Lily seems more like a mother figure for 3-2. To say nothing of her height and looks. Kenji's pointedly cool demeanor as he packs up his things at his seat in the back corner of the classroom is expected. He's no doubt far from a fan of the fuss being made about Lily's leaving. Looking beside me and seeing Hanako following my gaze, I decide to finally enter the room. Afternoon, Lily. It's just me and Hanako. Hanako withers noticeably when exposed to the din being made around Lily. Try as she might, I doubt she'll ever completely get over her social anxiety. Hello? Lily manages to work out our position reasonably well. Her classmate detaching herself without a second word. A look of slight exasperation is written on Lily's face. Though I can't say I blame her. Hello, Hisao, Hanako. Do we have much time before the flight leaves? I give a quick glance at my watch. Taking the trip to the airport into account, there's a good 10, maybe 15 minutes left, while still allowing for, yeah, we still have a few minutes to kill. I wouldn't worry about missing it yet. Is this Hanako? Uh-oh, I think we've just inadvertently become entangled in Lily's social web. The girl is probably part of the legally blind faction of the class, like Kenji. Given her almost window pane-like spectacles, her short, roughly cut hair gives her a look that fits her excitable expression. Hello, she takes Hanako's hand and pulls it up and down enthusiastically. I really don't get how girls can be so social to someone they only know as the friend of a friend. While Hanako exchanges nervous greetings, I look around the room for my short and overdressed next-door neighbor. Try as I might, he seems to have slipped out of the classroom without anyone noticing. For a moment, I try to think of possible career paths that could reasonably benefit from his single skill, before putting my mind to more pertinent matters. Lily seems pleased, if somewhat guarded, about the enthusiasm Hanako suddenly excited from those around her. She might not see it, but Hanako's much less panicked about the affair than I'd expected or anticipated. Shuffling my way through the gaggle of classmates, I eventually managed to reach her. Don't worry, Hanako. Don't worry, Hanako's fine. Thank you. I thought she might be overwhelmed by them. Don't worry, we'll be gentle. Both of us grimace in unison. Hanako's nervous grin stays plastered on her face, and another couple of girls move in to meet her. It's kind of amazing that even just a month ago, she'd never have been able to cope with a situation such as this. Even when I first met her, the two of us completely alone, she sprinted from the library. So, got everything you need? It's all packed. I just have to go by my room to pick it up on the way, and Hanako and I need to change. I guess we'd better get going then, Hanako. Hanako's head flicks up towards us in a flash, her face rather unmistakably appreciating the chance to extract herself from the small group gathered around her. Coming! Okay, we are leaving to the airport. The long taxi ride to the airport is surprisingly pleasant, despite the three of us being rather squashed together to fit in the small back seat. On the other hand, maybe despite isn't the right word. Lily pays the fare to the driver as we file out. Hanako's eyes flittering left and right. Thankfully, there aren't too many people around, most of them being inside the main building rather than miling around outside. It isn't hard to spot Akari and Hideaki leaning against a fence while talking to pass time. A large black travel bag complete with the wheels and the travel handle leaning against the fence alongside them. Hideaki, the first to notice us, pointing us out to Akari, who gives an over-enthusiastic wave. Hey! I I grab Lily's travel bag for her as we go to meet the two, earning a nod of appreciation. I've got all my stuff here. You got yours? Plane ticket as well? Don't worry, I have everything. You? Yep, all right. All ready to go. Not without some problems along the way, I might add. The Sniper Mark has his head roughly dragged around by a very firmly clamped on hand. Yeah, I kinda sorta forgot it was in my trousers pocket. Trousers that I'd put in the wash. Oh no. Don't worry. Did you know you can print out tickets in your order online nowadays? It's really cool. Hideaki's pained expression says that this wasn't a solution found quickly. It could have been worse, I guess. We'd better start off then. Check-in should be ready by now. Yeah, you're right. There's a certain amount of wistfulness in both their voices. To say nothing of the people left behind meeting their family again after all these years would be big for them. Oh, what? Hanako, okay. Lily? Hanako wraps Lily in a gentle hug to say goodbye. One which is warmly reciprocated. Lily and I share a brief hug afterwards, each of us saying our goodbyes. Besides us, Akari and Hideaki break off from a small hug and a word for two between them. It would probably look quite nice if not for the almost comedical height difference between the two. Lily takes a hold of her sister's Her sister's arms once. All that needs to be said in farewells is said. Okay. The two walking past the huge glass doors. Goodbye, Hisao, Hanako. See ya, don't do anything stupid, shorty. We wave at them until they disappear from sight in the throng of people moving about inside. And then we're alone. Well, that's that. I turn to see Hideaki already beginning to walk off. See ya. He throws his hand into the air in a manner I'd expect of Akari. In the end, it's just Hanako and me left standing outside. I rest my hand on her shoulder. She absent-mindedly gazes towards the front doors of the building, as if she might catch a glimpse of either of the two before they disappear. Don't worry, the time will pass fast. She hesitates for a moment, but eventually nods. With the scorching heat of the summer sun beaming down on us, we make our way to the nearby bus stop. It's strange, really. Just when I begun to see Lily differently, she leaves on what almost feels like a pilgrimage to the past. In a way, though, that's just what I've been doing since coming to Yamaku. As much as I may reflect on everything that's happened to me, I really am hardly unique. Everyone has their own circumstances and separate paths to get where they are now. Yet, I still can't really work out how I should proceed. My life may have practically been reset, and I still can't find anything that's satisfactory. Fills the hole I still feel in myself. Maybe Lily's leaving will be a good thing for me. Without her to lean on, I'll need to do more for myself. I'll have to be there for Hanako as well. It feels strange to have so much changing so quickly after my months in that hospital. That seemed to exist so separately from reality, but that's all the more reason for me to keep focused. I can't let and any opportunities slip out of my fingers in an attempt to rebuild my life. Wow. Oh, what? Huh? Okay, we're on Act 3. This hand looks like it belongs to Hanako because of that. A hand pounds my back hard a couple of times, severely winding me. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focused my thoughts on my chest and a near automatic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breast, and I start going through the steps I rehearsed in my mind every other day. Breathe steady, in and out. With a measure of relief, I can slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look back up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. Oh no, it's Kenji! Hey man, are you okay? God damn it! Don't do that! You idiot! Okay, you baka! He retreats back, an expression of unease written on his face. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have barked at him, considering he had no way to know. I give a sigh and right myself with some difficulty. Sorry, I just have some chest problems. Sharp knocks aren't good. It seems strange to him. It seems strange to see him so upset. The fact that I can't do anything about it irritates me. Let's get lunch. Okay, it's good to have some company for once. We start off to the serving line. One good thing is that Kenji and I can make small talk nowadays. And opposed to my only interaction with him being anti-feminist lectures. Seems like it'd be hard to find an empty table. There are a few people I wouldn't mind sitting with. Nobody's like you, though. I feel a shiver run through my spine. Clarify that now? They don't listen. Their minds are closed. It's the media, man. Goddamn brainwashing mainstream feminist fascist media. He takes a breath and savors a second of silence. I feel like the next choice is coming up because we're talking to Kenji, so you never know. Damn, they control everything but you and me. I relax a little while we grab our food and drink. So, what have you got for me? Huh? Come on, you've been hanging around Sato and that other chick for ages now. Rumors are all over the class and probably some of the others, too. Eavesdropping isn't a good habit. Let me guess, you never do. You never do it. Not even when you're bored, really? Well, fine, point taken. Both of us stopped to have soup ladled into a cup of small bowls and placed onto our trays. Whatever, that land into the bowl looks pretty questionable. The concoction, there we go, the concoction that lands into the bowl looks pretty questionable, but at least it smells reasonably good. Yeah, I guess. As we take our seats at a miraculously free table, I try to think of something that would actually interest him at all. I hope I can come up with an acceptable topic. I found an answer to that question you asked a couple of weeks back, where Lily's non-Japanese half comes from, that is. Good, man. It's Russia, right? Totally Russia. Scotland. He's visibly stopped in his tracks. Scotland? Yeah, that was my reaction too. She can speak English fluently, everything. Damn it! Do you realize what this means? How terrifying this news is to me? I think he's hyperventilating. Passing out for a little while would probably make him more relaxed than he normally does. Ignore his insane rambling. I dig into my food, hoping he'll take the hint from my silence. I just lost 1,000 yen, man. 1,000 yen. Damn it, this is the worst day ever. No such luck. You're kidding me. You made a bet about her nationality. Or, like, that was me. Whatever. Made a bet about her nationality. No, yeah. One of the dudes in my class was bugging me about it. I gave him some of my wisdom, and he had the audacity to say my logic was wrong. So what did he think? Germany or something? It doesn't matter. What matters is my 1,000 yen. Damn, this day is ruined thanks to her. What a bitch. He looks utterly devastated as he wolfs down several clumps of his soggy, soy-soaked rice. It only takes a few mouthfuls before he pokes his chopsticks at me. Stabbing the air repeatedly in, Revelation. Okay, let me just scratch that out now. 4. Ask about Hanako. That's the next choice I have to make, you know? Why would, didn't your mother ever tell you not to speak with your mouth full? He gives me a dirty look before choking down the rest of the food left in his mouth. I'm taking a gulp of juice. It's rather unsightly. Yeah, it is. Remembering my own food sitting in front of me, I decide to get the task of eating the cafeteria food over and done with as fast as possible. The sooner I do so, the sooner the experience will be over. So as I was saying, why would anyone want to live in that place anyway? I mean, what is there to see? Grassy plains? That's it. Lots and lots of grassy plains. And men in kilts. I'm not sure which is worse, the food or his view. I can feel my face being dragged down by the combined weight. Not that he'd notice or care. It's not that bad. Why do you care about her so much anyway? She's just your class representative after all. He gives malevolent chuckle. Were this anyone but Kenji, I'd feel uneasy at how he sounds. I finally found the chink in the Feminist Legion's army. It took a while, but I'm confident that this is going to be how we can bring down the whole system. I'm about to blow your mind. Are you ready? I tune out his rambling for a moment as I finish my rice and start on the unappetizing soup. One taste is enough to confirm that it's cold. Ready as I'll ever be. I confirm that Lily is in the Mafia! What? Alright, stay with me for a second here, and I'll describe the scene. I wish I could do otherwise. Lily's there walking down the street after school. Oh, you're not stalking her, are you? No, damn man. I do have some sense of self-preservation. But not dignity or morals or social standards. Anyway, as I was saying, this car pulls up next to her, and guess who steps out? A man in a pinstripe suit. Waves her in, then the two leave just like that. I tell you, man, she's under protection. A man in a... Oh, I can see where this is going now. It takes effort not to sigh in exasperation. Let me guess, this man was about average height, had a slightly slender build, had blonde hair, looked foreign, and smiled a lot. He looked positively... that's me. He looked positively stunned. I take advantage of the moment of quite to quickly gulp a mouthful of cold soup. It seems you're more observant than I thought. Yes, I've chosen well. He giggles a little and nods to himself, so dramatically that it looks comical. I can't tell whether that's intentional or not, and that fact makes me frown. This has important ramifications, you know. if she really is connected to people like them, and we're smart about what we do with this information, we could turn this into our greatest weapon against the student council. Once he starts rambling into conspiracy theories, my juice suddenly becomes so much more important. Only half listening to his pontifications, my mind drifts to the matter of Lily and her. Okay, guys, so I'm sorry. My thing stopped recording, so I'm gonna end the video here, so you don't see the game on the screen right now. So I'm gonna end the video here, guys. I'm gonna have to finish the game when I get back. I'm so close. 4 more choices, but then my thing had to go and run out of space and stuff. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Now, peace out and bye-bye.